What's up, guys? Dylan Moon here from Yakuza Moon with the first ever episode of the Mangacast, where we just tackle random manga topics and just discuss them really with just our first take on shit. This is my channel partner Nate.
Hi.
And today we will be talking about Wano, just the whole arc in general up to this point. I think what chapter are we on? Maybe 938.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah, that might be wrong. I mean, the most recent thing that happened was the reveal that Komurasaki is Lady Hiyori. She is Momonosuke's sister. So we're really just going to give our overview of the arc, what we want to happen, shit that we think was done right and wrong. So to get right into it, I think that Act 1 of Wano has been a lot better than Act 2 overall. I think Act 1 really was rolling with the ball. But Act 2 has been kind of slow to me. It's been kind of odd with some of the plot points, and I'm really hoping that we get to somewhere soon with this. I really hope that we get a Luffy versus Queen, or at least they get out of the prison and something progresses like that. What have you thought about Wano so far?
I agree with your statement, though I think I liked Act 1 better than 2, but I don't mind Act 2 that much. I think that's just because of the fighting, though. There's been a lot more fighting in Act 2, and that's entertaining to me. And we learned stuff from it, like Sanji uses raid suit for just an example. That was pretty groundbreaking, pretty interesting. So just things like that, seeing just a lot of progression in terms of fighting.
I didn't like, because I loved page 1 versus Sanji, but I didn't like how they off-screened the ending.
Yeah.
You did not see how it ended, which, we've seen Sanji since then. We know Sanji beat page 1, but I would have liked to see the entire Sanji versus Page 1 fight, not just a couple parts of it, but that, you're right, Sanji versus Page 1 was very hype. The raid suit was really hype. I thought the raid suit was going to be yellow, but the black looks so badass.
Yeah, and it's fitting too. I wasn't sure what color, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I wonder what he's going to use. I wonder how the stealth is going to be used. I wonder how the invisibility, how it's possible to be used, you know what I'm saying? Because, let's say, everyone has observation haki now. Let's say that it completely keeps you hidden from observation haki, which I doubt highly.
Yeah, I do too.
If you have future sight, invisibility also doesn't matter. Even if the invisible fruit, if it can keep you invisible from observation haki, that is a big strength boost for that fruit. But somebody like Dogtooth or even Luffy now, they can see into the future. If you can see 5 seconds into the future and you see yourself getting hit, then being invisible doesn't matter. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? So I wonder how that's gonna, because it's gonna have some use, or else it would just be irrelevant. But I'm just wondering kind of how it's gonna
Yeah. What if they did? How would you feel if they brushed it off as fanfare, because Sanji always wanted to be invisible, and they're just oh, here you go. You can be happy
that's
now.
definitely a part of it.
Now and I hope that doesn't happen, obviously, but that'd be pretty lame if they did. But it's a possibility.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. I thought it was really funny how people, especially Law, how he recognized Sanji, Sanji's raid suit because of the comics he read growing up as a kid. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting, but I thought Sanji never used it, right? So that's interesting. Someone's used it then, right?
Yeah.
Or at least in comics.
I was going to say,
but I think other people recognize it too. I guess it could all be the comic.
People, I was going to say, what I've seen on other YouTubers, they were speculating that the Germa didn't want people to know that they had basically for that comic they didn't want people to know that they had some kind of a castaway son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they just
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Was not happy with what they did with the big bomb in Act 2.
Oh my God.
Not a fan at all.
Yeah, we'll tackle that right now. I think, and I see a lot I see the community telling people to calm down about this. I will not calm down when it comes to bad writing. I don't care what Oda's. There's no denying that Oda is going to make the amnesia thing. He's going to make it into something cool, but you just cannot build up a character to that level and then use such a trope like that. It's just so fucking. And why would this?
It doesn't even make sense either. Because
really
they always said she had that haki whenever they fought her at Whole Cake.
Oh yeah,
we literally
her
have
skin
to
is diamond,
traumatize her, and we can hit her for 2 seconds in that window. That's how strong she is. How what could she have endured that gave her anything like that? She'd break the rock if she hit her head. That's just not how it works. So And maybe we'll get something like that. Maybe she bumped into someone and that's how she lost her memory. But as of right now, it's pretty lame.
People were saying it was Pudding that took her memories, but that's been debunked though, because Pudding wasn't. You could see the shot of her getting knocked overboard, and Pudding wasn't a part of that at all.
Yeah. What could have been? Well, no, that's true. It couldn't have been before that. Pudding's hiding on the ship.
Maybe you can explain this to me, because I do not comprehend this at all.
Okay, I probably can't.
She gets knocked off of. They're on the waterfall. She gets knocked off the waterfall, and then she arrives on a beach that's on top of the waterfall. Do I have the geography wrong? Because I've seen nobody bring that up.
I don't think you do. I thought it was just kind of implied that, well, just like everyone else,
Did
right?
a koi bring her up?
Well, yeah, because not everyone in the Straw Hat crew, they didn't get up. Well, they did, but you know what I mean? We don't know how they got up, but they did somehow. Yeah. So I thought it was just the same as that. You don't know how she got up there, but she did. There was some sort of other way. Because some of the Straw Hats went up that waterfall, but not all of them.
Okay, I could live with that, but it was just something I was thinking about.
But the memory loss, nah, I do not fucking agree with that at all. It's so bad. Especially with all, we waited a year. Oda's over there. It's War the Yonko. If she finally gets there, she forgets.
King one-shots the entire Big Mom crew.
Yeah, it's, oh man.
Well, see, and here's my point with it. You know how much Whole Cake was hated. People liked Whole Cake, but there was just so much wrong with it. There was so much complaint about it. The pacing of it, just like a bunch of weird things. Why would you take something that was... And Wano is supposed to be the peak of One Piece, from what I understand. It's supposed to, I wouldn't say the peak of One... It's supposed to... Wano's been... You know how much hype's around it. Why would you take an arc that was so criticized and kind of,
move
put
it
in the
over
middle
to the
of
new
Wano?
one?
Yeah, I just don't get it.
Yeah, again, it had the chance, I think at least, to be good. Because Big Mom and Kaido throwing hands, that'd be two Yonkos fighting would be very interesting to see. But then they just fucked it. They made it terrible.
Why not just do it in Elbaf if you're going to do it?
Yeah,
that would make more sense.
I mean, anyways, I wasn't a fan of that. I am anticipating rather, someone fighting Smoothie. I'm pretty excited for that, because that's another commander. The last one, actually, that we haven't really seen fight. That'll be interesting to see fight-wise.
That reminds me of... Did you see... Kid stated that he had went into Big Mom's territory and fought... Because he stated in the cell with Luffy that he had went into Big Mom's territory and he had beat one of her commanders. And I'm just wondering who that is. A lot of people think it was Smoothie.
Could be.
Yeah.
It's not.
That was interesting.
As of right now, based on the information that we have, I don't think it's Dogtooth. And actually, we basically know that, right? Because he had already been there and fought him. And even whenever Luffy fought Dogtooth, it was stated he had never lost.
Yeah.
So you basically know it's not him.
Yeah. People are really thinking it's either Smoothie or Cracker.
Yeah, so that's what I'd say too.
We have no way of knowing.
Yeah. I'd say Smoothie. Just to throw that out there. I'll be on that side, I guess. Because Kid he was definitely built up to be like a dick, pretty much, with how he became famous over the time skip. He was just he was really brutal. He didn't care. So I could see him not caring. I guess not everyone cares it's a woman, but some people do. But I could see him just not giving a shit and fighting them and beating them. So I guess Smoothie way.
Yeah, I think that's the consensus as well. But I don't think we'll ever find out. We also find out that, and I don't think we've got a chance to talk about this, we find out that Shanks took Kid's arm.
Did we?
Yeah. But Shanks is the person, over time skip, Shanks, to leave an impression on Kid, took his arm from him.
Wait. Took which arm from him?
He has an arm. Yeah, it's not, because I always assumed...
Is that gone now?
Yeah, I always assumed it was just him magnetizing shit over.
I did
but
too.
It is an actual fake arm.
Oh.
Which is fucking insane.
Yeah, I was confused because I was like, before the time skip, he had that mechanical arm. Okay. I must have glanced over that. I've only read once, guys. I apologize.
Yeah, no, you're good.
That's interesting. Because it's funny because of...
Because it's funny because of, 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 because It's funny because
What if
Shanks
Yeah.
lost his arm and he takes it out
Yeah.
on somebody.
What if he took his arm so he could use it? We'll have that in the theory video in the
That's
future.
I was gonna say what. That's my biggest thing. It's like, what if Itachi was healthy? What if Shanks had two arms?
Yeah.
So I guess let's talk about the devil fruits so far in Wano. I think that this is Wano's this is Wano's biggest strength is the reveal of some of the I won't, strongest but also the most interesting
Yeah.
fruits we've seen in the entire series. I mean, you could obviously go Kaido's dragon form, which was shocking and
Yeah.
amazing. Like, a lot of people thought he had a dragon devil fruit, but to actually see it like that was insane.
Yeah. I still theorize, by the way, that he doesn't just have one fruit. I think he has more than one. I think he's based on Sun Wukong, and
Yeah,
he's like
100%.
a god of 1,000 animals. I don't know. I don't think he has that many, but I think that's what he'll have. So I think we'll see eventually, whenever we see Kaido again, I think he's going to reveal that he has another devil fruit and a Zoan at that. Even I think he'll be another animal,
I
which
would
would be
enjoy that.
interesting.
I see. I really hope that he is a part of the I really hope that he was a dragon that ate the Oni fruit. Like, I love that fucking theory.
Yeah, that'd be
Um,
interesting as well. I could live with that. Be
But
fun.
we have on top of him though we have Orochi, and Orochi's devil fruit was fire. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, it looked fucking awesome. I can't wait to see I can't wait to see him in a power scalable situation, because a lot of people thought Orochi was just a joke, like including myself. Like, it's not like I thought he was complete zero tier, but like I thought that he was like, with this fruit, I think he might actually be pretty formidable.
I think I do too, but I don't think that.
He's not a commander.
Yeah, I don't think he's Luffy, and I don't even think he's Zoro, actually. I think maybe Sanji with his raid suit, But he's definitely stronger, I'd agree, whenever we finally got the reveal, because I was in the same boat. I was like, this guy, he's nothing to speak about. He just kind of gets pushed around or whatever.
Yeah.
He's just an underling, so to say. But after that devil fruit reveal, I would agree. He's going to be strong. We'll have to wait and see how strong.
Then we have King's pterodactyl fruit, or it's a pterodon, which is like another version of like a pterodactyl.
Yeah, and
I like that a
that's
lot.
my favorite
I
one.
like that one.
That one was awesome.
But the confusing thing is that King uses fire, but he's
Yeah.
an ancient zone, and like usually if you're a zone and you have like a certain power, you're a mythical zone, like Marco's regeneration flame, Son Goku's
The
Buddha
Buddha,
shit.
yeah.
So it's kind of but like then again, fire is something in One Piece that we see a lot of people use.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring
Sanji,
up.
like,
Yeah, some people can just
so-
manipulate fire. Kaimon.
Yeah.
Kaimon also does fire. So,
Yeah.
could just be that.
The time fruit, like, possibly one of the most broken,
Yeah.
absurd, weird fruits.
Yeah, that got confirmed. Nothing's been said about that, though. I
Yeah.
believe we've already spoke our piece on that.
All we know is that you can only send people forward.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we know. We are actually starting to see into Hawkins fruit a bit more, which I think will be a very pivotal part of this arc.
Yeah. My favorite character in One Piece, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's...
Or at least of the supernovas. We've talked about that before. I
Yeah,
like
he's
Lala,
legit.
but I like him. I've been saying since the archipelago. I've been saying since then I want to see more Hawkins, and we just haven't, which is fine. But now we do, and I'm really happy. I think his fruit will be really interesting to see.
You know who I think is absurdly strong out of the supernova that we haven't got to see much yet?
Urouge.
Drake. Now, Roge actually had a crazy power spike, because it was stated that he also invaded Whole Cake Island, but he was successful. So people honestly have put Roge's or Rouge, however you
Yeah.
say his name. People have him ranked above Kid, which is honestly, in my opinion, absurd. But,
Really?
But Rouge, it was stated that he went into Whole Cake and like he basically got the best of the situation in comparison
He got
to
the
Kid.
Pentaglyph, probably.
Yeah.
You could assume. Like, that's true.
I forget exactly what was said, but I just remember there being like something stated about like Rouge, like basically doing that. But I
Yeah.
forget what it
If
was.
that's
So
true, then I I would actually agree with putting him above Kid right now. Now, we haven't seen hardly anything of Kid yet.
Yeah.
But he's there, and we probably will, and maybe I'll eat my words and change my mind. But right now, Kid hasn't really done much. I mean, he beat a commander, that's something, I guess, but then he got his ass beat by Kaido, and he's been in prison. For a while, actually.
And I honestly can't remember, I can't remember if he beat a commander or if he kind of just got in and got out on a commander, or threw hands with a commander.
Yeah.
But I honestly think people shit on Kid too much because ever since he got bodied by Kaido, like literally the fandom has destroyed. The fandom though has destroyed Kid for that. Like they really have. Like everyone thinks that Kid is like just like a bitch, and it's like
and now they eat their words because they see Luffy go there, and the exact same thing happens to him. Yeah, it's no different.
I agree with that.
So I didn't think Kid deserved that much flack, but he also hasn't done anything for me to think what like Hawkins.
We don't know.
I love Hawkins, but it's the same thing where it's like how do you know? You don't know anything. So I can't say Hawkins is as strong as Kid or Roge or anyone. You don't know anything about him. Besides, he's an underling of Kaido.
Have I got to say? Did I tell you which supernova I thought was the strongest?
I don't think.
Okay, or not the strongest, but somebody that's absurdly strong that we haven't got to really see how too much of him yet. I think Drake is ungodly strong.
Oh yeah, no, you mentioned that we haven't gotten to see him yet.
Yeah,
you want to.
I think Drake is
Which
ungodly strong.
Yeah.
A T-Rex, Ancient Zone, that's crazy. Where?
You know what I want to know? This is completely unrelated
to
where we are, but and we probably never will know. But I want to know how the supernovas escaped Kizaru back at the archipelago. Because they did. All of them did.
And feet-wise, that's like...
Yeah, that's impressive. Because, Luffy did it whenever he went to the war.
Yeah.
And with Rayleigh as well. But that's the thing I was going to say. He got so much help. It wasn't like he just did it. He had Whitebeard backing him. He had Rayleigh backing him. So, they did it. And maybe they had someone else back him. Who knows? But I'd like to know. I bet we never will.
So what from here on out would you like to see take place in Wano?
That's hard to say.
By conclusion of the arc itself. Like self-contained within Wano, what are you trying to say?
I still want to see someone else show up right now. I don't think that... the more it progresses too, the less I think that's going to happen actually, the way that things are going.
Are you leaning more towards red hair pirates or revolutionaries?
That's hard to say.
Not who do you want, who do you think?
Yeah, I know. That's hard to say.
Who do you want?
Who do I want?
Like
Shanks.
if you could just pick one.
I think I'd pick Shanks. But
for some reason
I don't think that's who it'll be.
Really?
I think it'll be revolutionaries. Shanks, they've said so many times before, they've talked about it, that Shanks, he doesn't pick unnecessary fights. He doesn't do stupid things. And that's, everyone respects him for that kind of deal. The only thing that you have in the way of Shanks showing up instead, maybe, was the conversation he had with the Gorosei. But other than that, he wouldn't want to get involved with the Yonko, obviously. He doesn't, unless he has to, because he has before. He's fought Kaido before. But it was for an important reason.
I'll say when Luffy's life's on the line, it's like you could say a dragon and Shanks, like either of them could be good enough reason. So, and I think that we're exact opposites on that because I would rather like I'm so much more interested in Dragon than I am any other character in One Piece. I don't know why, just because we haven't seen anything from him. But the reason I could see Shanks coming into Wano is just because of Big Mom's in Wano, Kaido's obviously in Wano. We recently saw Teach, and then so Shanks. I would just like to see all four of the because could you imagine all four emperors? That would be a crazy just 10 chapters of fucking just all four emperors having this weird ass fight that honestly would do
it'd shake the world.
It would be geographic because if you think about even just Akainu versus Aokiji, how that changed the environment. Jesus Christ.
So
you'd have a dragon versus a hockey master with that maybe has time abilities versus somebody that controls darkness and earthquakes, versus somebody that controls it would be insane.
That'd be pretty crazy for sure. And don't get me wrong, by the way. I'd love to see either of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I would do
It's like
anything to see either of
The
them.
series has been going on for 20 years. Like,
But,
show me something from Ben Beckman. God
yeah,
almighty.
but I like Shanks. Shanks probably he's one of my favorite characters. I can't say my favorite. I said Hawkins, and before this I said Ace was, and Law. But he's definitely up there. He's just so mysterious. You know, like nothing about him, but you know he's so strong. I guess Dragon's in the same boat, but you've seen a little bit of Shanks, and I like his personality a lot. I like that he doesn't go and pick stupid fights or anything. He does what's necessary because he just wants peaceful man. You know, he wants to enjoy living his life the way he wants, and that's it. He wants people to leave him alone.
I like how his crew is like bros. His crew isn't like this like this army of just like this.
Yeah.
It's like his crew
It's
is
not
like
like Blackbeard,
his
for
dudes.
example.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that as well.
just as
But they all
strong.
kind of have the same personality as well as Shanks. Like, and we saw that in the
devil fruits.
first episode,
Yeah.
where like they're all there. They're just cool with like a gun being held to their captain's head, partially because they know what he's capable of, but also just because like that's how they are. You know, because like look at Luffy's crew, for example. Though, if someone held a gun to Luffy's head, like everyone in that crew knows Luffy could handle it. But you can't tell me that Chopper and Usopp wouldn't be crapping their pants because that's just their character. But they're all very much like Shanks, you know.
Dude, think about this. Like, don't want to get off on it too much, but think about in Chapter 1, and we recently figured out that Shanks is Yonko level. Shanks was a Yonko
In Chapter 1.
in Chapter 1. We recently
Yeah.
found it out. Think about this, dude. After, like, the Dogtooth fight, Shanks is getting marked out by this bandit, but every motherfucker on Shanks' crew in that bar can see, like, a minute into the future. Like Shanks knew that was going to happen before.
That's interesting.
God.
That's an interesting
I never
point,
thought about
actually.
that before. But back to my question about
What I want to see.
in Wano, yeah.
Yeah. So I obviously want to see that. I want to see someone get involved. I don't think it'll happen, but I want it, obviously. And then we've said it before, and it's still the same thing, and it's happening a little bit. Sanji uses raid suit, for example. I want to see people get stronger. I want to see some of the people who aren't very strong step up a little bit. They don't have to be like even Sanji level, for example, but step up some. Because right now, let me tell you right now, if someone like Nami or Robin or, well, Chopper's debatable, but you know, the lesser ranks, if they tangle with anyone in Kaido's crew, they're just going to get destroyed. That's just how it is. They're going to die. So I want to see, for some reason or another, them get a strength increase. And that's the biggest takeaway from Wano, obviously.
Because, like, we're eventually going to get we're going to get Straw Hats versus Blackbeard Pirates. Like,
Yeah.
when are we
Yeah,
going to be
and
strong
we'll see
enough to do
Shanks
that?
again. We'll see Dragon at some point, of course.
Yeah.
So above everything, I want to see growth of some of the weaker characters.
Because the more people you bring into Wano, the less screen time the people in Wano that are already there get.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even mind a time skip maybe. Maybe someone steps in, saves Luffy and his crew. They have a second time skip because again they realize they're not strong enough to be able to do this at least. I think that's highly unlikely, but I would really, really appreciate it. But in that same sentence or whatever, in that same scene, I think it should be important that the entire crew and Luffy himself realizes that Luffy cannot be the one, so to say. Like, he's got to have help, and people have got to step up. Because that's basically where his mentality for Gear Second came from. Like, that's what he said when he used it. He's like, you know, I realized a while back that my friends aren't that strong, but I want to have them as friends. So to do that, I needed to get stronger myself so I could protect them. And that's very valiant. I don't mind that, but some of them need to step up and be like, dude, he's got to get some help.
This time skip power up thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to go off track too much, but I have this like theory. It's more of like an idea than because I don't know if I can see this happening, but it's an idea that I think would be very, very good for our main characters to power up because there's not one person in the Straw Hat crew that is where they need to be. We do know that Luffy and Kid are actually it was actually like when they were imprisoned, it was them getting stronger and them training. The Sea Stone handcuffs, like they're ripped now.
Yeah.
It's constant like training stuff, but that's still not going to be strong enough to put you over Yonko. So
No.
this is like my idea for how they could get stronger, even though I'm not saying I could see it happening. It would be an all-law to DBZ, okay? And it would either be a fruit that would act as some kind of hyperbolic time chamber, or
Okay.
just something where they could train continuously and with some kind of ability, which is
Time fruit's a thing too now. That has a
that's
lot
kind of
more
what gave me
validity
the
now.
idea. Yeah, like
Yeah.
maybe the awakened version of, I don't know. But, and the other thing would be, which is also a callback to DBZ, because and this what gave me this idea was the Bello Betty fruit, okay, where she can make people stronger, right, by causing an uprising in them.
Yeah.
Some kind of fruit that allows you to unlock somebody's potential, like on Namek with Gohan and Krillin.
Well, we've talked before about Hawkins maybe doing that as well. We think
With a tarot
he
card.
might have a card, yeah.
But hopefully it would be permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking of some sage or guru that goes and unlocks the Straw Hats potential where like their dormant potential. Because
Could
if you think about how weak Usopp is, but if you look at
His dad. Yeah.
his potential is actually crazy.
Yeah.
So that I'm not saying that's going to happen. That's just something I think would be a good idea to just jumpstart people's strength.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Something I actually really like the hyperbolic time chamber theory.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, it makes sense to like just like almost like a tear or a rip in time.
And One Piece only went on a 1 week. No, it was a 1 month break during their time skip.
Yeah.
So
I could live with that. I mean, of course I would rather it be Bam next week, but that's not a big deal. I like the idea of time skip again.
You can check your phone if you need to.
Yeah, I'd will here in a second.
Okay. Now, what I want to see out of Wano, kind of to wrap this video up, like what, and we'll probably do another Wano discussion video because there's unfathomable amounts of things to talk about when it comes to Wano.
Yeah, for sure.
But what I want to see out of Wano is, like Nate said, just power-ups in general, power-ups across the board. I would like to see Sanji fight Queen, Zoro fight King.
Yeah.
The borders of Wano opening to the world.
Yeah, that's
as a
true
resolution.
too, actually. Yeah.
Momonosuke being king, and this is what would validate Luffy being a Yonko, because he's never going to accept the title of a Yonko. He doesn't want to be a Yonko.
Yeah, but it put him at the level of him.
If he opens the borders of Wano and then Kinemon becomes like the king of Wano, like what if he becomes the emperor of Wano, whatever you would want to say, like that means Luffy would have Wano and Fishman Island.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine Luffy having politically, in Alabasta, could you imagine Luffy politically having
all of that?
Even just Wano by itself? Like, that is insane that he would have the samurai and like the ninja and shit of Wano on his side. That would be insane. And then I don't know if I said this already, but I want to see Shanks or Dragon.
Well, yeah, you did mention that. I want to see, because as you're going, it reminded me, I want to see Zoro get a new sword. Not only get his sword back, but I want to see him get new ones maybe.
Which one do you want it to replace? Actually, Shizui probably.
Yeah.
Shizui.
I was going to say, that's obviously hard because all three of them are liked. I like all of them and they're good, but just authentic. Because he has one, right? He has literally one sword. Two? From Wano? They're both from Wano?
Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah,
I thought you just meant right now because he has two right now.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the third one that is from Wano, it's like one of the legendary swords. I want to see him get one or maybe two more. I could live with the one. He
has to keep the Wano Ichimoji though, like the one he got from Kuina. I think that he should keep that one in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think
that.
And that's actually, I'm glad you brought this up because I want to see that sword become a black blade by the end of this. But I think that would be more into the series than end of Wano.
Yeah.
We recently learned that the cursed blades become black because of the repeated use of Haki on it, and Ryuma made Shusui a black blade because of his entire lifetime of using it with Haki. So to see the Wano Ichimoji, to see it become a black blade would just be insane. I would love that.
Yeah, something along those lines. Zoro's got to get something out of this, like big. Like, this is his arc. If you're going to give him an arc.
Well, that's actually the last thing I was going to say would be a Zoro backstory.
That'd be interesting as well.
I really want to see, like, there's going to be, I just think there's going to be something about Kuina eventually. I think that, I don't know if she's going to be Tashigi. There's going to be something about Kuina because it's just like her death is kind of odd.
Yeah.
Just weird stuff like that. So
yeah, there are things brewing.
I would like to see another member of the Straw Hats before the end of. It'd be nice maybe before the end of Wano, but before the end of the series to get a Devil Fruit.
Yeah.
Like maybe, because I like the theory.
That'd be nice.
I like the theory where Usopp's Kabuto eats a Devil Fruit. Actually, There is one more thing before this, because I'm going to wrap this video up. There's one more thing I'm going to talk about. I think that it is bullshit that Zoro passes out. In the last chapter we got where the Komurasaki is Lady Hiyori. Like,
yeah.
I think it is absurd
That he passed out from blood loss?
that he passed out, because there's been so many times in the series where Zoro could have passed out and didn't, and like his new thing is never losing another fight, and from time skip on, we have never seen
We've
him
never
losing
seen him strain. Really.
Yeah, exactly. And he didn't lose against this dude, but even passing out anything like that, I just didn't think it was necessary. I didn't even think it was necessary for him to
get stabbed.
Yeah.
It did
how
make him look
strong
weak.
is this dude?
Yeah.
And we know that by the end of this arc, he's gonna look like a monster. So I don't really get the point of that. I'm not gonna be too big of a nitpicker about it, but I was like, there's no need.
I wasn't a huge fan of that either, by the way. But I don't know.
He should have passed out.
Yeah. Yeah. I see.
He's literally
I
taking
theorize
so
that
much
he
poison.
maybe passed out a little bit because he's malnourished. Maybe.
But
at
he's
the
definitely
same
malnourished.
time, it's completely contradicting because, first arc where Luffy gets Zoro on his team, he literally was starved for days, and they find, he eats one rice cake, and they give him his swords back, and he just demolishes a marine captain. So, maybe not, but it could be, who knows. Or how you said, it could be poison or something. Maybe that's what happened. Something a little bit bigger is floating around. But if it's just a straight pass out, how you said, I don't think that was called for.
See, I think what it is bad writing. Okay. But okay, guys, I think any other thoughts to wrap it up, because we could save it for the next one.
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty much it. Just what I want to see going forward, and then maybe we'll go in depth about some of the things that's happened that we brought up in this video, but we didn't talk a whole lot about. So we'll just individualize them.
Because there will be plenty of videos on this channel about Wano, because I've told Nate this countless times, and we had an old channel, but we started a new channel, so I'm just going to go ahead and state it. I think that Wano is going to be not only my favorite, but the best arc in One Piece, period. Up to this point, period. I think that it's going to have a war arc, the invasion and everything. I think that it is going to be top tier One Piece. I think it's going to be amazing. So I have a lot of hype around this. I have a lot of stuff I want to talk about, so you'll definitely hear us talk about Wano more. So
yeah, I hope you're right about the arc being good. It's good so far. I think it'll be hard for it to be the best, but I hope.
It'll be hard.
I hope.
Well, I think it'll be hard because there could be arcs in the future.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. This is episode 1 of Mangacast. Like, comment, subscribe. If you disagree with anything we said in here, please comment. I'll comment back. We take all forms of critique. Hit the notification bell, and we will definitely put out a video soon. Thanks, guys.
Later.